go through any heroic measures like brain surgery, chemotherapy? Was she in the hospital a lot? You didn't talk about the treatment.
No. Good question. Curiously enough, when my parents were younger, and my dad is a radiologist, and he's still practicing at age 83. And they begged him to renew his license for another 2 years. He's phenomenal. I hope I have his genes. Not that I want to work until I'm 85. But he's a radiologist, so we're a medical family, and we understood a lot of things, particularly they did. And they had made a no chemo pact decades ago, when chemo really did kill you. I mean, it was toxic poison. And they said, we're about quality of life, and they had made this no chemo pact. Well, our perspective on life changes a little bit when suddenly it's not a hypothetical, but it's your wife or it's you. And so when the oncologist recommended a 4-round chemo regimen, preceded by radiation therapy to shrink the brain tumors, they bought in. And she had the radiation therapy for the brain tumors, and they all but disappeared. I mean, we were overjoyed. By January, you could not see the brain tumors. But, I mean, we knew based on the kind of cancer it was that they would come back, and they might come back with a vengeance and not respond a second time. But we had bought time, and it was very exciting. And then she had 2 rounds of chemo, and that also was effective. The lung cancer shrank. It didn't go away, but it shrank, and that was in the right direction. But after 2 rounds of chemo, she was zonked. And the way she put it was, I don't have any oomph. And, we were trying to live. And it was zapping her of the energy she needed to live fully and joyfully. So she made the decision then, with my father's full support, that that's it. I don't want rounds 3 and 4. I can't even get out of my lounge chair. This is not quality of life for me. And I will confess that I gulped because it had been working, and every day was precious, and I didn't want to lose her, and I wanted to have her longer. But I totally respected her decision because it was about quality of life. And I saw she had no oomph. I was trying to take her out for pedicure, manicure, whatever, coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, even it was just the drive-through. We were going out. And the chemo really did zap her. So that was it. And to his credit, the oncologist did not push heroic measures, and many do. Try this, just one more, without due consideration to the consequences in terms of quality of life. And I don't mean to disparage the medical profession, and I'm not making a blanket indictment, because there are so many wonderful, wonderful physicians who get it. But there are still a few, and they acknowledge it. I mean, within oncology literature, you'll see physicians saying we need to do a better job of referring patients sooner to hospice. We need to acknowledge that the benefits outweigh whatever potential benefit there might be for one more medical intervention. And so that's being taught now in medical schools. Medical school curricula are being modified in order to focus more on palliative care. Hospice is actually part of a broader movement within healthcare, and that's palliative care, which focuses on symptoms, whether one's terminally ill or seriously ill, doesn't really matter. Palliative care can address the whole person, as hospice did, any stage, any age. And so palliative care is being taught in medical school. It's a subspecialty now within the medical profession. There are palliative care teams in hospitals who are available for consultation to the primary care physician. So I'm hopeful that there are some significant changes afoot within the medical system, but systems take time to change. And it takes advocacy. So just like I'm an accidental author, I'm now suddenly an accidental advocate. I'm a grieving, grateful daughter turned passionate advocate for compassionate end-of-life care. Go figure. But that's another thing. It sort of gives me purpose, and I feel it's part of my mom's legacy. If I can do even one iota of good, encourage one family that wouldn't otherwise have asked for hospice to ask for hospice, then I feel as though I've made a contribution in her honor.